Good evening, everyone. This is the third session of chapter number 13 case study. And so let's see which question we are going to take up. Yes, come to the case study number 8. Case study number 8, outsourcing. So let's deal with this case study first. Let's see how many paragraphs we have to go through. What will be the requirements? So going through with the requirements, we have 3 requirements. Identify, that means we need to identify and explain various primary activities of a stay well in its value chain. Very good. That means it belongs to chapter number 1. Identify and explain the stage of the product life cycle. We have to completely read this question and relate. So this part belongs with the chapter number 4, life cycle costing. Then we need to evaluate the risk of outsourcing. What will be the risk of outsourcing when we are outsourcing the cleaning and food service for the luxury resort, not to the normal, but to the luxury resort properties. Okay. Good. Now we are good to go. We have 3 paragraphs to go through. So we are starting case study. Stay Well Hotel was established 10 years ago. As a budget hotel in the vicinity of Mumbai airport, it provides accommodation for cost-conscious travelers visiting the city for short stay lasting a day or 2. Okay, so this is a hotel. And which is located at Mumbai, near about the Mumbai airport, and it provide an accommodation to the cost conscious per travelers. That means those who are looking for budget friendly accommodations, those persons prefer this Stay Well hotel. Okay, so this is for cost conscious travelers visiting the city for short stay lasting day or 2. You can also call it as a like someone coming to daily on a weekly basis, like some persons are marketing persons or business persons, or can be a traveler, any traveler, those who are only staying here for a day or 2 days. Typically a room would provide comfortable beds, good, high speed internet connections, good, and air conditioning facilities, coffee machines, fridge, television services. Food service based on a limited menu is provided on the premises. So the food service will be service based on limited menu is provided on the premise. It has few conference rooms that provide space for guests to hold the business meetings. It also has a conference room to hold the business meetings. This saves their precious time otherwise wasted in traveling on congested city roads. The hotel provides free shuttle service to and from airport at a specific time during the entire day. Hotel's proximity to the airport, the free shuttle services, and the convenience of conducting work at the conference room have been marketed to attract the guests to stay here. So there is a 3 USP. Its proximity to the airport, free shuttle services, and convenience of conducting the work. That means through conference room. What the travelers are getting here, they are getting a conference room. It's very close to the airport. Number 3, they have a free shuttle services. That means you need not to book a cab. They are providing a free shuttle services that will be taking you to the hotel and dropping you again back to the airport. So it is a point of attraction in the guest. The guest also comprises of people who are in transit between the airports. Definitely, if you want to travel, for example, you want to travel for somewhere to the other countries or to some other cities, it's going via Mumbai, and there is a gap in transit. Also, when there are long duration delays in a flight operation due to which passengers need to be provided overnight accommodations, few airline operators host their guests here. Like all other guests, these airline operators are also interested in stay well for its locations and a low cost room rentals. Okay, so we have completed the first paragraph, and lot of information was available from the first paragraph. Over the past decade, management of Staywell has plugged in profit from its establishments to acquire small properties in a major cities. Their functions based on business models similar to the original establishment in Mumbai. All of them are now functioning as a well-established budget hotels near city airports for cost-conscious business travelers. Okay. Because now you can see there is a competition increasing the functions based on business models similar to their original establishment in Mumbai. All of them are now functioning as a well-established budget hotel near the city airport for cost-conscious business travelers. And they have acquired similar properties in other major cities, and they are operating on the same model in different cities. In all, Staywell hotels have 18 properties spread over 15 cities. To keep its cost of operations within control, Staywell Hotels has outsourced. This is a point of discussion. They have outsourced its cleaning and food services to a specialized vendor. Why they are doing so? Because they want to have a cost control. They are doing a cost cutting, and due to this, they have outsourced to a specialized vendor its cleaning and food services. Cleaning services includes cleaning of kitchen crockeries, bathing, laundry, and a housekeeping of the premises. The entire set of activities related to preparation of food has been outsourced. That means all the food preparations has been outsourced. Vendor services has been satisfactory, barring few instances where guests have complained of unhygienic rooms or non-platable food services. There were only few instances where the customers were complaining about the unhygienic rooms, that their room are not properly cleaned, it's unhygienic, and non-platable food services. So, however, due to high guest volume and a quick turnaround of guests due to short stay period, this has never been a hindrance of the business. What they are saying that we have a volume, we have a huge large number of guests. Why we should be looking at those people who are complaining? And there are only few instances, so why we should bother about? We will not be bothering about, and they are staying only 1 and 2 days, and that they will be going at their some other destination. So why should we be bothering about them? They are complaining about the unhygienic food are not available. So this model has been profitable since its establishment. Staywell Hotel has a sizable market share in this segment. Competition has increased in the recent past. Price wars has put pressure on the profit margin on this segment. Management plans to continue to operate in this segment to maintain its market presence. At the same time, to sustain the business in the long term, the management of Staywell Hotels now wants to foray into developing properties for luxury resorts. Target guest segments are vacationing tourists interested in enjoying a laid-back time in a scenic place. These guests would not mind paying premium for availing good quality services. Required identify and explain the various primary activities of a Staywell in its value chain. So this belongs to the chapter number 1, value chain analysis, and we have already done the question on value chain analysis, and we have done so many questions. So we will be covering up in a very quick manner. The first part we are going to cover up in a very quick manner, fast manner, because we have already done. And remember here that we don't have any kind of a manufacturing. This is a service industry. So be very careful when you are identifying and explaining the various primary activities, right? So I need to plan my answer. What I can say, this part should be of 10 marks. This part, first part, should be of 10 marks. The second part should be of 4 marks. And the third part should be of 6 marks. And you know that 1 marks will be allocated for identifying, 1 marks, and 1 marks for explaining. So I need to plan my answer accordingly. I will be planning my answers accordingly, identifying and explaining various primary activities of a stay well in its value chain. And we need to identify. Okay, so first part we have to identify. As you know, the inbound logistics deals with the supplier. All the inbound logistics, that is movement of a raw material or consumables to the warehouse or to the production location. So it will be called as inbound logistics, right? So we need to go with here. So activities relating to receiving, handling of material from the supplier and their storage until further use later in property. So this was, you have explained, and you need to now identify. In a case of a stay well hotel, what are the materials? Materials are the food services. Who are that? The expert vendor, outside vendor to whom we have given the contract. So the bed sheets, the food, what he's coming, bringing all the material here and preparing the food. So material would include the food services received from the vendor. This needs to be stored and maintained properly until the item is ordered by the guest. It has to be stored. And it will be maintained until a proper order, because we know that every guest from its hotel, from its room, can order any food items. So we have to make sure that the food should be properly available, should be stored in a good condition, right? And should be always available, right? Similarly, the vendors delivering freshly laundered crockeries, batting, and a laundry would be materials that need to be stored until their use to serve the guest. These are the inbound logistics of the hotel. Then, okay, so this was, you have identified. Operations means converting the input to the output. Okay, so this is explained. And in a case of stay well hotels, operation would include maintenance of hotel premises. That is, because here we are not converting any input to the output. What is our output? We have to see that what is the output in a hotel industry. The output is the services. The output is the services of the room. That is, we are providing the rooms that should be clean. Food services should be proper, hygienic. It should be hygienic and delicious. So activities relating to converting input into production of output or services. In a case of stay well hotels, operation would include maintenance of hotel premise, including guest rooms, conference rooms, and a common area. Activities relating to ensuring cleanliness and safety of rooms, working order of facilities offered like TVs and internet services, coffee machines, shuttle services are a part of hotel operations. This is also called as the operations. So operations means what we are doing. We are operating shuttle services, coffee machines, internet services, and working order of facilities, safety of rooms, cleanliness. So these are all our operational parts which should be maintained properly. Identify. Then we have outbound logistics. Outbound logistics. Storage and movement of the end product from the production line to the customers. In the case of stay well hotels, it includes activities such as maintaining non-smoking rooms as such, so that when the customer finally uses it, comes across a non-smoking room. Likewise, the food should be prepared in a professional manner, stored in a such a way that it ensures customer satisfaction and safety. Therefore, the review of the food items to remove the one past expiry would be part of outbound logistics. Therefore, any activities which relates to making sure that the guest gets what they have ordered for would be part of logistics. So generally, what means outbound logistics? Outbound logistics means the how we are delivering the outputs to the customer end, that is from the warehouse to the customer end. So output here is the services. So how we are delivering the services to the customer will become an outbound logistics. Then we have a marketing and a sales. Marketing and sales. So it's all about the communicating, selling, determining the selling price, selling and delivering the products to products or services to the customer. In the case of a stay well hotel, advertising its properties to the cost and time conscious travelers would be a marketing activities. Free shuttle is also a promotional activities to attract the guest. Any agreement with the airline companies to accommodate guests would also form part of this activity. Services. All type of service such as after sales services, handling customer complaints, customer supports, training, etc. In this case of a stay well, services is one of the most important activities in their value chain model. Yes, good services ensures happy guests. Therefore, all the activities from front desk, room service, catering, repair services, shuttle services would be included here. All employees have to train to handle needs of the guest in an effective and efficient manner. So what is the services? Services is all about speaking about once the services is provided and what we can provide the support after the sales. So be it any kind of a customer complaint, how we are handling that, and any kind of a customer support. For example, he want a free drop or free pickup at he want any drop or pickup from at certain point we have to provide. And in a case here we can see like all the activities from the front desk, room services, catering, repair services, shuttle services, these will be included in a service, right? Okay. Then we have a product life cycle stage of stay well hotels. Product life cycle stage of stay well hotels. What is that? Okay, let's see. Budget accommodations to the cost and time conscious traveler is the current product offering of the stay well hotels. Budget accommodation to the cost and time conscious traveler is the current product offering of the stay well hotels. Starting out of a single establishment, stay well hotel plugged in a profit to expand its business, offering to other cities as well. The product has been well established in the past decade. Competition is intense, indicating similar offering by the rivals. Price wars have put pressure on the profit margin. Stay well hotels plans to continue in this segment due to its sizable market share. This information indicates that Stay Well Hotel is in the maturity stage of its product life cycle. So how we came to know that which stage at which stage we are, how we came to know this? See, in the question we have been provided that there is an increase in a competition. That means the competition is very tough, and there is a decline in a profit margin now. The price war have put pressure on the profit margin, and you know that when we are in a growth stage, we do not our profit is increasing, our sales is increasing. When there is a pressure on profit margin, the pressure on profit margin is in the maturity stage, and we try to retain our market share. Our all effort is not to increase our market size, but only to retain our market share. So here we have, you can see that they want to maintain its market presence, maintain its market share. So this belongs to maturity stage. This belongs to maturity stage. Okay, so if we see to the second part, budget accommodation to the cost and a time conscious traveler is a current product offering of the Stay Well. Starting out of the single establishment, Stay Well Hotels plugged in profit to expand its business, offering to the other cities as well. The product has been well established in the past decade. That means it is now well established. Competition is intense. The competition is very intense, indicating similar offerings by the rivals. Price wars have put pressure on the profit margin, and Stay Well Hotel plans to continue in this segment due to its sizable market share. This information indicates that hotel is in a maturity stage of its product life cycle. It has a well-established product with a sizable market share. At the same time, it is now facing competition. Business has hit a plateau. Hence, Stay Well Hotel needs to improve its product offering to beat competition. The management plans to foray into luxury resorts is an indication of its future plans to sustain its business. Now you can see they are trying to introduce some other products. So they might be into their maturity stage. They think that we have to start thinking about some other ventures also, because this is what all about we have done. We are now well established. The size is now not increasing. We have to maintain our market size, and competition is very intense. Day by day, there is a pressure on profit margin. So definitely we have to look into some other options also. Risk of outsourcing cleaning and food services under the luxury resort model. Now, what is the risk if we are outsourcing the cleaning and food services under the luxury resort model? See, if we talk about the current operations, which is more about the cost conscious travelers, so here it's completely fine. But if we speak about in a luxury, so if the guest would not mind paying premium for availing the food quality services, so why we should outsource it? We should have an internal department and in-house department, because we could have a more control over the in-house departments. The quality will be better than outsiders. We can have more control, right? We can provide the timely services. So it's better if the customer is willing to pay. See, the guest would not mind paying a premium for availing the good quality services. So in order to provide a good quality services, if we have to have our own internal department, so why we should have a in-house department? So let's see how many paragraph. It's 4 paragraph, right? Okay. Stay Well Hotel is a budget accommodation provided to the cost and a time conscious traveler. So it's just speaking about time and budget hotel. Currently, we are not at a luxury resort model. That means we are not discussing currently about what the question is asking, but we have to frame a background. हमें एक background बनाने की जरूरत पड़ेगी इस आंसर पे आने के लिए. तो यहां पर देखते हैं क्या है. So we have to see the background of the answer to come at this point. Stay Well Hotel is a budget accommodation provided to the cost and time conscious travelers. Primary feature of this model is a value for money. To remain profitable, the cleaning and a food service has been outsourced. To remain profitable, the cleaning and a food service has been outsourced, which enables Stay Well hotels to keep the cost of operation low. Why they have outsourced? Because they want to be profitable. This is the reason they have to cut down their cost. In order to cut down their cost, they have outsourced their operations, food services and cleaning services to some outside vendor. There has been intense of dissatisfaction among guests as regard quality of cleaning and the food services? Yes, there were instances, but the management has neglected it, considering it as a very few instances. However, since the turnover of a guest is quite quick due to high volume and a short stay period, it has not negatively impacted the business, because there is a high volume and a short stay period. There was no negative publicity or no negative impacted on business, non-negative impacted on business. In the luxury hotel, now this was about the budget hotel. And here we have seen the issues or the cases, incidences where there was a complaint regarding the quality and the management has ignored it. But in a luxury resort business, the target guests are the travelers on leisure. The primary feature of this model would be good quality services. It was value for money, and this is a good quality of service. Maintaining cleanliness of premise and food services are the critical activities in its operation of the luxury hotels. Yes, so you have to maintain cleanliness, and your food services should be very good. So these are the very critical activities. Therefore, customer satisfaction on these metrics are the paramount to sustain and grow business. With the ability to post reviews online on booking portals, any negative review, whether justified or not, can reach very easily to a large number of the potential guests. This can negatively impact the future business. Hence, Stay Well Hotel has to ensure that quality of service that it provides in a term of cleanliness and a food should meet and beat the guest expectation. So this speaks about luxury resort. It speaks about the luxury resort, and here what we have to see that as there were instances of complaints of the quality services when it was a budget hotel. But if we consider for the luxury hotel, those guests who are on the leisure, definitely there is a kind of today the kind of there is a kind of we have social market and social marketing, social media, and if anyone does a negative marketing or has done a negative posting of our issues, so definitely it is going to impact our business as well. Outsourcing these services to a well-established vendor is advantageous since the focus can remain only on improving guest experience. It may also be cost advantageous in many cases. However, there are number of risks in this model. Detailed service agreements need to be drawn up, ensure that required quality of service is being provided. Stay Well hotels should be able to monitor the performance of these vendors. In a case of non-delivery of the required level of service, the agreement should provide for means of redressals. This could vary from compensation for any loss in the business to immediate termination of the services. Stay Well hotel should ensure that it can easily economically. Good evening, Namita. It could easily see. Now we are speaking about, in this paragraph, we will be speaking about outsourcing. What is the outsourcing? See, outsourcing these services to a well-established vendor will be advantageous since the focus can remain on improving the guest experience. It may be cost advantages in many cases. However, there are a number of risks in this model. Detailed service level agreements need to be drawn up to ensure that the required quality of service is being provided. See, we have to draw up a service level agreement. service level agreement, right? Okay, so what will be the service level agreement? The service level agreement will speak about the quality of services, the level of services that need to be provided by the vendor, right? Each and everything will be mentioned in a very detailed manner. That will be called as a service level agreement, which will be required the quality of service which is being provided. Stable hotel should be able to monitor the performance of these vendors. On the basis of that service level agreement, we will be measuring the performance of that vendor, whether the vendor is able to provide those services, or those services are on those parameters which has been mentioned on the service level agreement. So it should be regularly monitored. Their performance should be regularly monitored. In case of non-delivery of the required level of service, the agreement should provide for mean for redressals. That means if the required level of services are not provided, then what should be done? The agreement should provide for the means of the redressals, how it should be dealt, what should be the penalties. This could vary from the compensations of for any loss in the business to the immediate termination of the service. If they are failing to provide the level of service which has been mentioned in the service level agreement, there should be a redressal issues. That means it could either terminate, or they have to pay penalties because due to their fault, the company need to suffer, right? So they have to provide compensation for any loss in the business, or we can also charge them penalty and as well as terminate their agreements. The stable hotel should ensure that it can easily economically switch the service provider if required. One thing should be noticed properly. It should be assured that we should not be dependent on only that vendor. We should not be only dependent on that vendor. Whenever we want, we can economically switch the service provider. For this, it has to identify the alternative vendors who can provide the same level of service as the current ones. So we have to identify the vendors who can provide the same level of the services as the current ones. The other risk in outsourcing could be instance where well-performing vendor could go bankrupt and shut the shop. In such cases, stable hotel operations could be immediately impacted, since such services can no longer be availed from these vendors. Again, list of alternative service provider is necessary as a backup that the hotels should have. So definitely we should have some backup. And so that if the service provider at some time is unable to provide the services, either say he don't have such amount of funds due to his bankruptcy, definitely we should have alternative of that. We could replace it very easily and on a very timely basis, because we don't want to suffer our customers. Alternatively, these are very critical activities to the business operation. So what we have seen here we have is speak about the outsourcing. What points we have to consider in our mind, what could be the risk. So the risk was where it could go bankrupt, right? Or it could not provide. So what are the risks? So risk is that it could go the bankrupt, performance is not good, right? Alternatively, so if this is a risk, what the solution do we have? Since these are very critical activities, the food services and the cleaning services in any hotel is very important. Because, for example, if you visit to any hotel for staying, and you find that the bed sheets are not clean, the towels are not clean, or your hotel is completely messed up. Your room is some kind of a smell is coming there. So, or your AC is not working properly. So definitely you will find you will be irritated by such kind of the services, right? So these are the very critical activities to the business operations. So a stable hotel may choose to have a complete control over them. This can be achieved by having an in-house department. When there will be a complete control, when you have in-house department that caters to cleanliness of the food service, control over factors such as input material use, the performance of service equipment use, training of staff, and other essential activities can ensure that the required service quality can be achieved. Better service enhances guest experience compared to outsourcing. This might be costlier options. However, since the guests are ready to pay a premium for the service quality within a reasonable limit, cost need to be a primary concern for the stay well hotel in this business model. So if the guest is ready to pay a premium for service quality, why you need to outsource those services like food services and cleaning services? So it's better to have an internal control department so that you can have more control, in-house department, so that you can have more control, right? Okay, so this was a question based on your chapter number 1, value chain analysis, chapter number 4, where we have identified the phase. It was maturity phase. Then we have to speak about the outsourcing. What are the risks of outsourcing? So this was the question, and a very good question. It could be asked in your examination. I consider it as a most probable question in your examination that could be asked, and because it is testing your 3 chapters, so definitely this should be at the top priority of the examiner. It can be given at any time in your examination. Yes, everyone come to the case study number 10. So if you have any query regarding case study number 8, you can post your queries. I'm going to take up the case study number 10. This case study is based on 5S. This case study is based on 5S. So the Gold Star Limited deals in manufacturing of traditional cycles. The Gold Star, okay, so for what we have to see, requirement, you need to apply only 5S and explaining the expected benefit. So yes, there are 2 requirements. Number 1 is applying the 5S, and the second one is explaining the benefits from implementation of 5S. Okay, so we are going to take up this question. Okay, so how many paragraphs we have to deal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 paragraphs. So we have overall 8 paragraphs. So let's see how much useful information we can take up from all those 8 paragraphs. And definitely we have to consider those 5S. So it would be really better if you, while reading, you can understand what will be the how we can identify that. So Gold Star Limited deals in manufacturing of traditional cycles. Recently, apart from manufacturing old style cycle, GSL start assembling of electronic cycles. Very good. So we have a traditional type of cycle and as well as electronic cycles. And currently, this is a age in which the electronic vehicles will be considered, whether it is cycle, whether it is scooty, or whether it is car. Definitely all things has to be considered electronically. So we have also the bus fleets also now in electronic mode. So since GSL didn't expand the factory area, post is starting assembling of electronic cycle, hence production floor largely remains over occupied. With all sort of materials, jigs and tools, some of them are frequently useful, some are often, and other are less often. Even some are quite rare. Okay, so you can see that the area is completely messed up, and it is over occupied with the materials, jigs, tools, and which some of them are frequently used, some are often. And we know that in a case of shorting, that is S1, we have to classify on those items which are useful or which we need now. Second, which we need but not now. And a third one is we need not at all. So where that is which we need not at all should be sold as scrap. Which we need but not now, it should be stored and stored in a storeroom. And which we need now should be stored here. So the classification is done in this manner. We have a red tag also. So this is about the first paragraph. Second paragraph, talking about the second paragraph. Workers usually complain that all the categories of jigs and tools are not available. Tools which are available also of those belongs to those products designs which are outdated. Majority of such products are not further manufactured by GSL accessible. Although floor manager is of opinion, instead saying tools are not available, it can be said that they are not accessible. Definitely, instead of not available, it should be said that it is not accessible. So we have second S, it will be applicable because workers pick the tools from the toolkit or tool board, but not place it back after use. Hence, it becomes difficult to locate such tools later or identify workers with whom these may be available. Okay. Then on the name of maintenance department, there are only 2 staff members. On the name of the maintenance department, there are only 2 staff members who are responsible for ensuring that every machines or equipment must be in a running order and effective. Must be in a running order and effective. Due to shortage of staff in maintenance department, requests for repairs of plants or machines are not handled within a reasonable time frame, and the same will result in a sharp deterioration of the utility effectiveness of such plant or machineries. Even in some circumstances, replacement remain only alternative. Okay, so if we see here, every machine or equipment must be in a running order and effective, and only there are 2 staff members who are responsible for this. And due to the shortage of the maintenance department, requests for the repair of the plant or machine are not handled within a reasonable time frame. And you know that when your repair is not handled in a timely manner, it will definitely cause some losses. So this was the paragraph number 4. Paragraph number 5, GSL has the reasonable standardized operating procedures for manufacturing of cycle business. Okay. The scenario is worse in the case of assembling of the electronic cycle. Why it is worse? We have to see. Since GSL is recently entered into assembling of electronic cycles, hence KPIs are not established for all the factors which are part of assembly process, including critical success factor. At a GSL, the iteration rate at a senior management position is quite high, and no formal hierarchy tree is established, which results in a drastic shifts in a workplace culture due to frequently changing roles and a responsibility. Regarding the safety of the man and a material, GSL is on the front foot, taking all the reasonable care, which is essential for the purpose of eliminating any possibility of the workplace incidents. So we can see here it's very attentive. This company GSL is very proactive in a case of making a workplace safety. Sir, if they say tools are not accessible, it will remove the carelessness of the worker. I will explain this, Namita. I will explain this. If they say tools are not accessible, will it remove the carelessness of workers? In the answer, I will be explaining. We have to classify in the all 5S, right? That is, first we have to sort. Then the second one is a set in order. Set in order means everything should have its place. Everything must be at its place, and everything should have its place. So we can find that the workers are not able to get the tools when they need it, and they are saying that it's not available, but it should be said that it is not accessible. Post such incidents, CEO call for meeting with all the top tier executives, majorly including production and operation manager, safety staff, maintenance staff, and a store manager apart from management accountant. During the meeting, while production and operation managers highlight some of the problem areas, management accountant quoted 5S as a solution to the problems faced by GSL, right? Okay. CEO asked management accountant to be ready with a report and presentation on 5S, which can highlight the operational aspects of 5S. As it has said that you need to prepare a report and presentation on 5S. So definitely it should be in the form of the report. If you are not writing in the form of report, definitely your marks will be deducted. So it should be mentioned a report. You are a deputy to the management accountant and asked by him to prepare a case in a form of report in favor of implementing applying 5S at GSL and explaining the expected benefit from implementation of 5S. Addressed to Office of CEO, Gold Star Limited, GSL, dated 7th January 2020. Report on operational aspects of 5S and expected advantage. 5S represents scientific way of workplace management so that work can be performed effectively, efficiently, and a safety. We should directly move to the all S. I will be explaining you later this. What is this? What it's having importance, right? Okay. So please remember that we have a two part. One part is implementing and applying 5S. Another part is explaining the benefit of the 5S. Benefit of the 5S. S1 shorting. In order to overcome the problem of idle laying over material all across production floor area, shorting of material is needed to be done in the following categories. Number one, not needed at all. I've told you that what is shorting? Shorting is what we have to. There could be a lot of material lying here and there, like in your room or some at your workplace. You have to classify. What is a shorting? Shorting is about classifying what we need and what we not need at all, and what we need but not now. So there has to be a classification in this manner, which we need, and that need is very frequent. It should be placed there, and all other things should be placed at some other places, so that this things should be that this area should be managed in such a manner that we can easily assess whatever we require frequently. So here we have need, not needed at all. So it need to be moved to the red tag area, and it is also sold as a scrap, sold as a scrap, to be moved to the red tag area. Second, needed but not now. We need but not now. Need to be moved to the stores with a yellow tag. So we have a red tag, then we have a yellow tag. A red tag means we do not require at all, let it sail. Yellow tag means we require but not now. Needed but not here, to be moved to the red tag area. Needed but not so much quantity. Needed but not so much quantity. And there is also a green tag. There is also a green tag, that means needed, and which is frequently needed. So it should be placed here. The purpose of doing sorting, GSL need to be answered the following question: what is required, how much required, when is required, and where it is required. Sorted material depends upon the category that can be separated and made ready for the movement shift in order to segregate the sorted material. Visual aid techniques can be used by attaching color tags to each category of material called visual sortings. Following two categories tags can be used. So that is what red tag, a card containing a detailed information of unwanted things, which gives time limit for the further action to be taken. And a yellow tag, a card containing a detailed information of the needed things, but not now, with a given time limit for the further actions to be taken, usually kept in a store. So this is the manner how we do the sorting, and this is really very practical. This is really very practical. You will be going through with the 5S, and you will see there we have marked, we have placed a red tag on those items. First, we have to sort. Sort means we have to classify, we have to separate into the categories, then place the red tag, place the yellow tag, and we have to remove all. We have to remove the red one also, we have to remove the yellow one also from the current place, because only the material or only the things that require frequently and currently should be placed here. Right. Okay. So it was the first part that speaks about applying the 5S, and we have applied the sorting, that is S number 1. But we have one to speak about its benefit. There was two requirement in a question. And the second requirement is sorting can help GSL to identify what it can help. Obsolete material parts that are not required as design becomes obsolete, and defective materials part that can't be used as it is, a scrap material, and a material which not in the place, kept at a wrong place, unnecessary, extra, not useful material. So definitely it helps us to identify those obsolete materials, parts that are not required as a design has become obsolete. Number second, defective material, as a part can't be used as it is. Number third is scrap material. Number fourth, material which are not in place, kept at a wrong place. Unnecessary, extra, not useful material. So sorting can also help in reduction of the material lying vacant on the production floor by segregating them into different categories and ensuring that rarely used material either removed or tagged in a red tape area. If the material was sorted, then the loss of material which was lying vacant need to be assembly line fire during the fire incidents could be saved. So there was a loss of material. Why? Because there was a fire incidents, and if the material was not lying there, we could have saved those material. So this was the benefit. So mark this as benefit. And mark this as an application part. Right. Okay. Moving to the second S, that is a set in order. You can see the problem here. You can see the problem in this third paragraph. Usually the workers are not able to get the tools on time because they think that is not available or not accessible. So it is what said. What is the keywords? The keyword is place for everything and everything in its place. This is a keyword. This is a keyword. Place for everything. हर चीज के लिए जगह होनी चाहिए और हर एक चीज अपनी जगह होनी चाहिए. That is place for everything and everything on its place. This is what called as a set in order. Like you get the water, drinkable water, only in a kitchen or in a refrigerator. These are the two places where you will be getting the waters. There is a place to hold your keys. There is a separate place, a key holder, where you place your keys, right? Okay, so that is what called as a set in order. So why it is necessary to set in order? Because whenever, see, I have given you also the example when we were doing this case study. Generally, when we are going to the office or when we are going to the work, what we find that always in the morning, this usually happens with me. I have to wear the socks, right? And you know that both pairs should be available, and generally it takes a time, 5 minutes every day. It takes time to search the other pair of that socks, and sometimes I even don't bother wearing the different color or different types of the socks. Really, if I'm getting late, I do this. So this is what every day there should be a set in order. That means there should be a place of every socks, and everything should be in a pair, right? Okay, so here why we are saying this, because the purpose is to save the search time. We need not to search. Every time we search, it will definitely have more, we require more time. And eliminating the motion waste, the visual management with the search free and account free arrangements. Colors can be best visual aid, RYGB, red critical, Y yellow, reorder, green design, blue excess. See, this color, this is illustrative. This was illustrative, but this is really used. This is really used. A red tag and yellow tag is really used. This is illustrative. So according to me, don't again go with the colors visual aids. Don't go with the visual aids. Don't go again with visual aids. Right. Why I'm saying this? Because it will confuse you. It will definitely confuse you whether we have to use in a sorting certain order everywhere we have to use this color pattern. So definitely the red tag and the yellow tag is generally used in the sorting. Set in order, we can have write a kind of a flag system. If you see you are maintaining a office file, you place flap types, red, green, blue types of flaps, so that you can easily you can get easily, you know that this paper is placed here, so that you can you need not to waste the time in searching. So this is what, but that red tag and yellow tag is completely different. That red tag denotes these things are not required, these things are the waste and it should be disposed of, it should be sold as scrap. Yellow tag we need but not now. Sir, how sorting can help in reducing the fire, as fire can occur anywhere? It is not helping in reducing the fire. See, definitely what we have a material. We suppose this room is full of materials. This room is full of material is lying everywhere, and if there is a fire, definitely it will catch through all these materials lying to each other closely held, right? Closely placed, all the material it will catch. For example, and if we have placed it properly, there could be a gap between the materials. And definitely the fire could have been caught in only one packet or at a one place only. Other material could have been saved. But if it's lying completely on the ground or something in this manner, so definitely if the fire catches, it will burn all the materials. There is no point of saving the materials. So definitely if you short the materials, you will save all those materials, those which we definitely not required or we require but not now. Those will be shorted here, because that will be removed from the current place to somewhere else. So definitely there will be a savings. नमिता, यहाँ पे मैं आपको समझाता हूँ। नमिता, देखो क्या होता है कि जब आप मटेरियल रखते हो रूम में, तो अगर मटेरियल आपने रखा हुआ है और आपस में एक दूसरे के साथ वो सब बिल्कुल क्लोजली रखा हुआ है, फैला हुआ है सब कुछ मटेरियल, और आग लगा, तो आग फैलने में ज्यादा टाइम नहीं लगेगा। वही चीज अगर आपने शॉर्टिंग की होती, आपको पता है कि इस चीज की जरूरत है, आपने उस शॉर्ट कर रखे, अलग अलग प्लेसेस पे रखे, गैप बना हुआ होता सबके बीच में, राइट? और जो मटेरियल है, आपका मटेरियल जिस चीज की जरूरत ही नहीं थी वो कहीं और होता, यहाँ पे तो नहीं होता जहां आग लगी है। और जिस मटेरियल की जरूरत है बट अभी नहीं है, द मटेरियल रिक्वायर्ड बट नॉट नाउ, वो भी यहाँ पे अवेलेबल नहीं होता, वो कहीं और अवेलेबल होता, वो कहीं और स्टोर रूम में रखा होता। तो आग लगने के वजह से उस मटेरियल का भी नुकसान नहीं होता। और मटेरियल जिसमें आग लगा वो पूरे रूम में नहीं फैलाता या पूरे एरिया पे नहीं फैलाता, क्योंकि मटेरियल अलग, थोड़े थोड़े सेपरेट स्पेस है दोनों के बीच में, तो हो सकता है कि आग लगे लेकिन उस तरह से ना फैले। पॉइंट है इस चीज में। Sir, this RYGB of set in order are good items, right? Like red for critical essential items. See, this is completely illustrative. This is purely illustrative. This is not any kind of a standard. This is not an standard. Not an standard. It is completely pure. It is purely illustrative. Purely illustrative, right? But yes, this is a mandatory. This is really applied. This is practically applied. We place a red tag, we place a yellow tag. This is really applied. Applied and followed. And this one is illustrative. This is the reason why I am saying that don't go again with the visual aid. It will confuse you. The purpose is only to have a systematic arrangement. I have given you example of your home as well. आप लोगों के घर में आपको पता है कि हर एक चीज की अपनी अपनी जगह है। जैसे शूज रैक अपनी जगह है, उसका आपको पता है कि शूज अगर आपको निकालना है, शूज चाहिए आपको, you have to go to the shoes rack. You want a keys. You have a key holders where you place your keys, so that every morning you need not to search again and again, where are the keys, where are my shoes, where are such and such things. So that definitely it should be have a systematic arrangement for each and everything. To In order to implement systematic arrangements, GSL need to consider and answer, analyze the status, decide which thing will belong where, decide how they should be put away, get everybody to follow the rules through indexing and labeling, etc. Expected benefits. Now, what will be the benefits? Faster retrieval of the things results in elimination of the search time. So definitely you are going to eliminate the search time. There will be a faster retrieval. Number second, opportunity to correct the abnormalities faster as the visibility improves by the system itself. Definitely there will be an opportunity to improve the system itself. Space saving by the systematic arrangements. Space savings by the systematic arrangements. Efficiency of the work improves as the things are available when they actually needed. Thus, S can solve the specifically problem of non-accessibility of the tools. S can solve the specifically problem of non-accessibility of tools. Moving to the Shine. S3 Shine. There must be cleanliness in and of everything. Shine is what we need to clean. We need to clean. Shine, cleanliness in and of everything. Obviously, there is a less number of items, then there is less to clean. So if we go with the sorting, set in order, that means we have a less items. And definitely when we have a less item, we need to do the less cleaning work. But yes, what happens if you go to your work and your table is not clean and you find dust over your table? Definitely it will take your attention, take your time. So we don't want to lose your attention, lose your focus, or give your time to some which is not relevant. So cleaning should be with a meaning. Cleaning is inspection, that is from all aspects, front, rear, left, right, top, bottom. The cleaning is inspection. Shine will help GSL to keep things in order with a regular cleaning and upkeep, so that maintenance become preventive function rather than corrective. And any incidents, likewise fire occurrence on assembly line, must be avoided. This will ensure larger utility out of the machine and plants, which will increase replacement cycles and save investment by lowering down maintenance and replacement costs. So definitely it becomes a preventive function rather than a corrective and an incidence. Like fire occurrence on assembly line must be avoided because this is called as a shine, when we shine the things or clean up the things, or it is also called as a inspecting the things. So if we keep regularly inspecting the things, we could have avoided the fires. Although some fires are caused because there could be a fire in a wire system or in a electrical fittings. There could be a fire could occur at any reason, from any reason. So but definitely if we take a preventive actions, it will definitely help us. So out of 10 situations or the probability, we could avoid 20 to 30%, or we have the probability that we could avoid some fire occurrence. So this will ensure the larger utility of the this will ensure larger utility of out of machine and a plant, which will increase the replacement cycle and save the investment by lowering down the maintenance and the replacement cost. So definitely when we shine, it's our replacement and maintenance cost will come down. Then S4 is a standardized. So this was the benefit, right? S4 is standardization. Establishing the standards and make operating procedures to create consistencies and ensure that all the steps are performed correctly. There are fixed responsibilities for implementing and evaluating the system. Second, integrate these responsibilities into routine work. Check how well the system is working and sustaining itself. So definitely we have SOPs. What are those SOPs? Generally, the SOPs are the guiding factors, the guiding path, which tell us that how we have to operate standard. What should be the standard works in this situation? So establishing the standards and making the operating procedure, that is SOPs, to create the consistency. Consistency means that if the SOP is there, each worker will be doing the same will be taking same type of actions, and ensure that all steps are performed correctly. This will also ensure that all the activities, all the steps are performed correctly. These are fixed responsibilities for implementing and evaluating the system. Integrate these responsibilities into the routine work and check how well the system is working and sustaining itself. In order to ensure TPM, all 5S are essentials, but standardization is key. GSL is facing large set of the problem in assembly of electronic cycles, and a reason being absence of SOPs. Hence, by establishing the standardized process, GSL can identify critical success factors and benchmark the KPIs against each CSF. So definitely your standardization is a key. And because GSL is facing a large set of problem. Why it is facing a large set of a problem in assembling? Because they don't have any kind of their SOPs. Hence, if they establish the standardized process, GSL can identify the critical factors. They can definitely identify what are the CSFs and benchmark their KPIs against each CSF. Then S5 is sustained. S5 is sustained. In order to sustain with established standard, it is required to do daily monitoring, number one. Number second, improve ownership by allocating the areas. Using the red tag campaigns. Fourth, communicating visuals through fixed point photography. Number fifth is structured communication. Number six is continuous training of all employees. Number seventh is periodic audit at all levels. And eighth is motivating staff through recognition. What is sustain? Let me tell you. Whatever we have done so far, we have to maintain it. We have to sustain it. We have to maintain it. So this sustaining is a continuous process. This is a continuous process, and it brings a discipline. It brings a discipline. That means sustaining of all of standards. The standards we have set, we have to sustain it. That there should be no deviation. If someone deviate, we have to correct it. We have to correct it, and it should be on a continuous basis. So we have to do the daily monitoring to sustain. In order to sustain, we have to do the daily monitoring to see that, to look that there is no deviations from the standard operating procedures. Improving ownership by allocating the areas. We have to improve the ownership. Using the red tag campaigns, communicating visuals through fixed photographies, point photographies, structured communication, continuous training of all employees, and a periodic audit at all level, and motivating through staff recognition. Then, since 5S is not a one-time exercise, it is a continuous process. Hence, it is essential to sustain the practices followed during the earlier 5S. GSL witnessed the high attrition rate at a top management level. Hence, it is important that GSL must inculcate practice of 5S in the system and the work culture and sustain them on a continuous basis, irrespective of attrition. Sixth S is a safety. Our sixth S is safety, which added later on. In order to ensure safety while performing all remaining 5S, further detail can be tabled on the requisition basis. Closure report, management accountant for management accounting division. So please don't forget to write these things. These things has the marks. you will lose your marks, 1 or 2 marks, if you don't write in a format given as a report. Yes, definitely you will be losing your marks if you're not writing in a report format. So follow report format, and see what is the requirement. We have the 5S application implementation, as well as we have the benefits. What will be the benefit of 5S? So this was the question. Okay, so everyone, if you have any query regarding the case study number 10 or the case study number 8, which we have deal, you can ask your query. If you have no queries, so we are having a break. All right. So keep posting your queries for the case study number 10 and case study number 8. Till then, we have a break of 10 minutes. Okay. So after break, let's start some new case studies. Yes, we can see this question, case study number 12, Six Sigma and cost of quality. The Absolute Singapore PTE Limited, ASPL. So let's see how many paragraphs we have to go. What is the requirement? You are the management accountant at ASPL. As a part of Six Sigma project implementation team, you are requested to evaluate. We are requested to evaluate the proposal suggested by the Six Sigma team. So definitely this concept is based on Six Sigma. The team has used DMAC technique to assess the quality improvements. Good. Okay. So we have to use the DMAC. We have to go through with the DMAC. Number of paragraph 1. Then consider this as a second. This will be third paragraph. Then consider this complete as one paragraph. 4. Then we have 5. Then 6, 7, and complete this as a 8. Okay. So generally we are, if you are observing there we could have either 8 to 10 paragraphs. So definitely we have to increase our speed and relate our concepts with the informations which has been given, what is the requirement. So all these things has to be done. At last we will be planning our answer, and definitely this question is going to be asked for 20 marks, right? Okay, so how we are going to plan this, really it is very important. So let's read, then we can decide how we have to plan it. ASPL manufactures electronic component for washing machines in an assembly line. Okay. Recently, the market survey report indicates erosion of clientele. Feedback taken from customer suggests that company products were not of good quality. There was a market survey report which indicates that there is an erosion of the clientele. And why the clientele erosion is there? Because feedback taken from the customer suggests that the quality is not good. The quality not of the good quality. ASPL is concerned because its competitor have been able to achieve zero defect performance in the terms of nil sales return on account of quality and a nil subsequent warranty cost. Therefore, the competitors enjoy huge customer loyalty. Therefore, the customer enjoys huge customer loyalty. To satisfy its customer, the company ASPL wants to improve its product quality. The company ASPL wants to improve its product quality. Consequently, it has decided to undertake Six Sigma study of its operation. Below is the additional information given about the ASPL's operation. So let's see what are those. First of all, have some conclusion from first paragraph. From the first paragraph, we came to know that this company is facing a problem where the customers are being eroded, and the feedback, what the feedback suggests, because due to their poor quality or the not of good quality, they are suffering this. And ASPL is also concerned because their competitors have been able to achieve a zero defects performance in the terms of nil sales return and an account of good quality and nil subsequent warranty cost. So definitely, if this company is having not of good quality products, their customer will return the products. So they will be incurring sales return cost as well as warranty cost. Warranty claims by the customer has to be incurred by the company. Therefore, competitors enjoy huge customer loyalty. This is the reason why our customer is not loyal to us, but our competitors are enjoying the huge competitors' loyalty. To satisfy its customers, the company ASPLs want to improve its product quality, right? Consequently, it has decided to undertake Six Sigma study of its operation because they want to improve its product quality. So they are deciding to undertake the Six Sigma of its study of operation, where they are facing the problem, what could be done. So below are the additional information given about the ASPL's operation. Yearly sales of electronic components are 25,000 units at 20,000 each. Okay. So we are able to sell 25,000 units and the selling price is 20,000. Of these 1% sales are returned due to quality issues. Okay. These are scrapped and a replacement is made by the company. These are scrapped and a replacement is made by the company. In addition, each product is under warranty for 1 year after sales. Okay, so we can see there is a 1% of the sales that are returned due to the quality issues, and there are a scrap and replacement which is made by the company. In addition, each product is under warranty for a 1 year after sales. Warranty is given 1 year after sales. If the claim is accepted and the warranty service and the replacement part is done free of cost, definitely it always happens that we have to provide free of cost replacements and services. Currently, year warranty claims, these separate from the sales return, which is also representative of the average yearly warranty claims amounting to 30 lakhs per annum. Okay. Quality control checks and inspection is carried out directly at the assembly line. Quality control checks and inspection is carried out directly at the assembly line. There is no quality check done at any other point in the entire workflow. Okay. There is no quality check done at any other point in the entire workflow. The total time is spent on the inspection is 2,000 hours in a year, which cost the company 10 lakh per annum. Inspection lead to 10% rejection, that is 2525 units. Right. So they have to spend 2,000 hours. They have to spend 2,000 hours on inspection, and which cost rupees 10 lakh per annum. So the inspection cost is 10 lakh rupees per annum. Inspection lead to 10% rejection of 2525 units. These units require only one cycle of rework, after which they are ready for sales. Rate of rework in the units rejected on inspection at the assembly line is 5 units in 1 hour. That is, the rate of rework in units rejected on inspection at the assembly line is 5 units in 1 hour. That means in 1 hour we can rework on 5 units. The cost of rework is 6250 per hour. Okay. Variable cost of electronic component is 12,500. So what we get the conclusion from the third paragraph. On the third paragraph, we find that the quality control checks and inspection is carried out only at the assembly line, not during the production or not before the production. Only at the assembling line. So this is a really very late process. This is a really a very late in operation. So, and yes, they have to inspect 2000 hours. The total cost they spent on inspection is 10 lakh rupees. And when they inspect, they find that 10% is the rejection rate, and that units is counted as 2525 units, and then can be reworked. That is 2525 units can be reworked, and each hour of rework cost us 6250 per hour. And yes, in a 1 hour we can rework 5 units. So 2525 divided by 5, definitely we will be having as 501 501 hours. $505. That is 2525 divided by 5. It's 505. 505 hours will be required for rework, and the rate is 6250 per hour. The variable cost of electronic component is 12500. The Six Sigma team, as a part of its study, found that rework on product was mainly due to following reasons. What are those reasons? Let's see. Assembly line workers, including new hires, learned on job as to how to assemble the input material to produce the final product, final electronic components. This lead to many errors due to lack of proper standardized training. Therefore, on account of these errors, the entire electronic component has to be assembled again. Right? Okay. So definitely we have to see here what it is saying. Six Sigma is a part of a study because the company wants to undertake a Six Sigma study of its operation. So the Six Sigma team has said about their operation that assembly line worker, including new hire, learned on job as to how to assemble the input material to produce the final electronic. If the new learner will directly be placed on the production floor, definitely they will be making an error. So this is the reason why we are not able to produce the quality products, because there are a lot of new workers, including new hires. They learned on the job. They are not given the training, but they are learning on the job. So they are making the errors. वो क्या कर रहे हैं कि नए लर्नर्स हैं, नए जॉब उन्होंने ज्वाइन किया, तो वहां पे एरर्स भी कर रहे हैं वो लोग, और काम सीख रहे हैं, काम सीखते वक्त एरर कर रहे हैं. This led to many errors due to the lack of proper standardized training. There is no proper standardized training. This is the reason why they are making the errors. Therefore, on account of these errors, the entire electronic component has to be assembled again. This is the reason why there is a need for rework again. The substandard quality of raw material is detected on inspection only on assembly line. By this time, the defective material is already fitted into the final electronic component. Therefore, entire component has to be reworked upon to replace the defective raw material inputs. Machines are outdated. Machines are completely outdated and are not entirely suitable for the current production methodology. And machines are outdated and are not entirely suitable for the current production methodology. Proposed solution. Yes, Namita, it means ASPL has two costs, also the rework cost, inspection cost, and also the rework cost. Now, see, the first point is very clear. This was the reason why they are not able to produce the quality, because due to the new learning, they are learning on the job, making an errors. and they are not given the proper standardized training. Second, using the sub-standard quality of material. The quality of material is not good, and it is detecting on the inspection at the assembly line only that the quality is not good, and it is already delayed. Why we have not inspected when we have received the material? Why at the assembly line? So really, this is a late process. This time the defective material is already fitted in the material of the final electronic component. Therefore, electronic component, entire component has to be reworked upon to replace the defective raw materials inputs. So again, we have to rework completely to replace the defective raw materials. Machines are outdated. Okay, the third reason is machines are outdated and are not entirely suitable for the current production and methodology. Proposed solution to tackle these issues are as follows. Proposed solutions to tackle these issues are as follows. What are the solutions given to these three problems? Number one, the training to provide a training to assembly line workers to train them on production methodology. This training is expected to standardize workflow, thereby reducing errors. Such training programs will be held regularly to update the workers on the new methodologies. Okay, so they are saying that provide the training to the assembly line workers, and this training is expected to standardize the workflow. There will be a standardized workflow. Each worker, new learners, will be given training. They will be told that how to do the work, and due to providing the training, there will be a reduced errors. Such training program will be held regularly to update the workers on the new methodologies, and this will not be only given to the new learner but also to the all workers to make them aware about the new methodologies, how the work is done under the new methodologies. These programs can also serve as employee feedback sessions about the actual working conditions at the assembly line. This two-way communication can improve and streamline the production process. So when we have a two-way communication, definitely it will improve the production production process. Brainstorming can help detect or give head up to the potential problems in the production process. Total training hour in a year is expected to be 5,000 hours, costing 1,000 each hour. That means 5,000. So what is the output from the fifth paragraph? We have 5,000 hours and multiplied by the cost is 1,000 rupees per hour. This is a training cost. This is a training cost, right? Okay. Then second, what is the second solution? We have three problems mentioned above, and to those three problems, we have been provided a solution. See, we have one, we have two, and we have three problems. These are the problems. And to the three problems, we have these three solutions. Okay. So currently, poor quality of raw material input is detected only on the inspection and the assembly line. Yes, we know that if we are using the raw material of the poor quality, we will be able to detect the raw material quality only at the inspection stage, and that is being installed at assembly line only. So this results in wastage of the resources in terms of material, time, and capacity. In addition to the existing inspection at the assembly line, new functional areas for quality planning and improvement is proposed to be set up. At the time of procurement, the department will determine the appropriate quality of raw material input at the time of. So what we are going to provide a solution here. A new functional area for the quality planning and improvement is proposed to be set up at the procurement time. Now we are trying to make a rectification that we have installed the inspection only at the assembly line, and that is already a delayed part, a late part. We came all the errors will be detected at a very late. So when we have inspection at the procurement time, the department will determine the appropriate quality of raw material input, ensuring the supplier supply material as per these requirements, as well as suggest alternative way that can help the improvement quality. By ensuring quality of the raw material at the beginning of the production process, wastage of the resources is reduced. If not, can be eliminated. Cost of setting up such a facility will be 1 crore 50 lakh rupees. In addition to this facility, inspection will continue at the assembly line. This ensures complete quality checks during the entire production cycle. At the same time, due to the introduction of these new functionalities for quality control, the pressure on resources for inspection at the assembly line would reduce. Current machines should be replaced entirely with the new machines. That is, the current machines should be replaced entirely with the new machines. Old machines can be sold for negligible amount as a scrap. New machines would cost 3,60,000, having a life of 3 years. New machines would cost 3 crore 60 lakhs, having a life of 3 years. Okay. So all the three problems, we have a solution. The third problem was the machine was outdated. So they have given the solution. You need to install a new machineries. The second problem was inspection was carried out at the inspection stage. So we have taken the inspection to the very starting of the production process at the time of procurement of raw material. The first problem was there was no standardized training. The new learner, the new trainee, the new worker make an error while learning on the job. Right. So these are the three solutions. Okay. So implementation of the above three solutions can have the following impact. Number one, rework of the product can be entirely eliminated. Your rework. See how many hours we were doing the rework. This much hours multiplied 5 hours multiplied by 6250. So definitely we will be able to reduce our. Okay. Right. Okay. And second is sales return will reduce from 1% to 0% due to better quality of products. Third is yearly warranty claims. Yearly warranty claims will reduce from 30 lakhs to the nil per annum. Yearly warranty claims will reduce from 30 lakhs to nil per annum. Okay. And fourth one is, with the introduction of the new facility, time required for inspection at the assembly line would reduce 2,000 hours to 1,200 hours. See, our sales return will become nil. Rework will become entirely eliminated. Yearly warranty claim will reduce from 30 lakhs to nil. And the time required for the inspection of the assembly line would reduce from 2,000 hours to 1,200 hours. That means we have now two inspection at the time of material procurement and also at the time of inspection of assembling of the material, assembling of the product. So we have a two inspection at 2 times, and it will be reduced to 1,200 hours. The cost of inspection to do the quality check at the assembly line would reduce from 10 lakh per annum to 6 lakh per annum. So we are not eliminating the inspection at the assembly line. We are maintaining the inspection at the assembling line also. That will be for the finished goods. But we have to also inspect the material at the time of the receipt of material, at the time of the procurement of material. So there is a one more system of inspection placed at the time of the material. Due to the better quality, ASPL can build better reputation with the customer, which can further yield additional sales of 5,000 units per year. Okay. And a required, you are the management accountant at ASPL. You are the management accountant at ASPL. As a part of the Six Sigma project implementation team, you are requested to evaluate the proposal. So you have to evaluate the proposal suggested by the Six Sigma team. The team has used the DMAC technique to use the assess quality improvement. So definitely we know the DMAC method. There are two methods, DMAC, and the second method is DMAGV. DMAC is used for the existing process and existing problems. So we are going to use the DMAC. What is DMAC? What will be called as? It will be define, it will be measure, it will be analyze, it will be improve, and it will be control, right? So one by one, we will be going through with all these, right? Number one is define the problem, project goals, and customer requirement. Right. So we are starting the solution how we can plan. Okay, in this question I haven't planned. Let's plan how we have to write our answer. See, if this question is of 20 marks, right, and we have the 5 components of the DMAC, that is define, analyze, define, measure, analyze, and improve and control, right? So what we can do, we can categorize as 4 marks each, but definitely if we see to the control portion, there is no such content that will fetch us 4 marks. So we can restrict control to the 2 marks, and those 2 marks will be added up to some called as analyze, some will be called as analyze or improve or measure. So generally we have to plan accordingly, because there is information available. So those information has to be completely incorporated only those under those 5 headings. That means all the informations has to be taken up in the 5 headings, and we know that there is a very less content in the control portion. So the control portion could be taken up for the 2 marks, and the defined component could also be taken up for the 2 marks. So there is a 4 marks for the 2 points, and the remaining 3 points should be near about 5, 6 something, this, right? That is measure, analyze, and improve. So majorly we are going to get the marks on this: measure, analyze, and improve. It could be 5 to 6 marks, 5 to 6 marks, 5 to 6 marks. This will be of 2 marks, and this should be of 2 marks, right? Okay. So we are starting our answer. We have planned that how much we have to write in our content. Okay. So what is the defined? Under the defined, we define the customer requirement. What is the customer need, right? And the problem, define the problem, customer requirement, and project goal. We have to define the problem. What is the problem? You can see the problem as a erosion of the clientele. If you see, the problem of this ASPL is the erosion of the clientele. Why? It is because they are facing a quality issues. The quality is not good. So customer feedback indicates the product quality requires improvement. Dissatisfaction is reflected in the form of the sales return and a warranty claims. So definitely, if the customer has given us a feedback, that feedback could be verified from the sales return and a warranty claim. In the current situation, you can see there is an environment where our competitors are achieving a 0 defect. They are achieving a 0 defects, and still we are facing defectives. Competitors have no sales return on account of poor quality, as well as no warranty claims on its product, right? If we compare to the competitor have no sales return on account of poor quality, as well as no warranty claims on its product. Hence, in an environment where 100% quality can be achieved, in an environment where 100% quality can be achieved, ASPL is facing quality issues. This is the problem to be addressed. Failure to do so would result in a loss of clientele, leading to the possibilities of going out of the business. Definitely, they are facing the quality issues, and this is a problem need to be addressed. And if they would fail to do so, that there would be a result of the clientele, loss of the clientele, leading to the possibility of outgoing of the business. They may have to shut down their business if this continues. The goal of this project, we have to define here. We have to define 3 things here. Number 1, problem. Number second is goals, project goals, and number third is customer requirement. Right. The problem we have already mentioned, that the company is facing the quality issue. Quality issue. What should be the goal? What should be the goal? The goal should be to identify the Six Sigma level. Right. So the goal of the project is to identify the Sigma level at which the company is operating and to suggest the improvement to production process to achieve the Six Sigma level of operation. And how? And to achieve Six Sigma level. What will be the customer requirement? The customer requirement will be good quality products. The customer would require a good quality products. So this was under the define. We have to define the problem, goals, customer requirement. Now, measure the current performance. We have to measure our current performance as we visit to the doctor. And define our problem, that we have a fever, we have a throat issue, right? We have a cold, we have a cough. So definitely he will be measuring through the thermometer. He will be measuring your temperature. That means your current performance is being measured. You are saying that you are facing you are telling a problem, there is a quality issues. Now, how is the quality, at what level you are operating? There is a level of operation. How much your defect is count, how much defect you are creating. So indicator of poor quality, to find out what is the Sigma level of the current operation. See, generally what is the Sigma level? It is the defect per million opportunities. So according to the defect, we can identify at which Six Sigma level we are. So the current performance focus on quality can be determined based on the cost incurred in the following phases. What are those? Sales return. Sales return are 1% of the total sales. Gross sales are 25% per annum at the selling price of 20,000 each. Therefore, having a value of 50 crore as a sales, right? We have multiplied 25,000 units into the selling price of 20,000. So we have 50 crore rupees as sales value. Now the sales return at 1% amount to 50 lakhs, that represents the return of 250 units per annum. That represents the return of 250 units per annum. The cost of poor quality on account of these returns is the variable cost. Definitely the cost of sales return will be taken up at the variable cost, because we have to replace it again. So it will be the variable cost, that is 12,500 per unit. So this is avoidable cost amounting to 31,25,000. That is per annum is 0.63% of the sales. 50 crore, that is 31,25,000 divided by 50 crore. It is 0.63 lakhs, 0.63% of sales. B, warranty claims. Warranty is undertaking given by the company to repair the electronic component free of cost if defects occur within a specified period of time. Hence, when the customer files a claim that is accepted by the company, it means that there has been an issue with the quality of the product. If we speak about the warranty claims, warranty is an undertaking given by the company to repair the electronic component free of cost if defects occur. Yes, definitely we have to provide the component free of cost if the defect occur within a specified period of time. Hence, the customer files a claim that is accepted by the company. It means if the customer is claiming and it is being accepted, it means there has been an issue with the quality of the product. This is a liability that should cost that the cost that should be kept minimum, ideally be kept minimum. If not nil, like ASPL's competitors, warranty for the product is for 1 year from the date of sales. Warranty for the product is for 1 year from the date of sales. Yes. Warranty claim this year is 30 lakhs. Warranty claim this year is 30 lakhs, which is given to be representative of the average yearly warranty cost. Therefore, currently this cost amounts to 0.6% of the sales. So summarizing sales return, warranty claims alone represents 1.23%. That is sales return and a warranty claim. Warranty claim is 0.60%, right? Warranty claims, it's warranty claims. And sales return is 0.63%. The total is 1.23%. 1.23% of the current sales. Considering the current percentage of the deficiency, the company is operating. If we consider this percentage, you can refer to your study material. You can refer to your ICAI study material. That is chapter number 3. And if we search here, Control S. You can see this percentage level. We have a 1.23% of the defect level. And if we consider that defect level, that is the defect somewhere falls between 3 and 4. It falls here. Not 4 sigma level, not also 3 sigma level. It is between 3 and 4 sigma level. If we consider the defect per million opportunities. Yes, here it's not working Control F. Salish, it's not working Control F in this because I've directly visited to the ICAI website. So this is not a PDF which has been downloaded, right? So I hope so you have got if our defect percentage is 6.7% and it is between 3 and 4 sigma level, that is defect per million opportunities. So definitely the company is operating between sigma 3 and sigma level 4. The rest of the industry is able to achieve 6 sigma level of the operation at 0 defect production. There are no sales return on account of quality and no warranty claim cost. Therefore, it is tremendous scope for improvement in ASPL's operation. There is a tremendous scope for improvement in ASPL's operation. Now, moving to the third point, that is analyze. We know that yes, we are having a quality problem. We have a quality problem, poor quality problem. So, but how we need to we have to analyze the reasons why there is a cause of the poor quality. The reasons have been already told. The reason have been already identified by the team. See, the Six Sigma team analyze means what is the cause of the poor quality. See, if you related with directly the doctor, I've given you when we were discussing this concept, as the doctor measures your temperature, right? Once he measured the temperature, he noticed that okay, your fever is 102, 103, or 104. Then he will be trying to analyze why there is a fever. Still, when there is a no kind of the viral fever going on, why you were sick, you are sick. He will be trying to analyze. He will be asking you, have you drinking the cold water, or have you ever traveled to some places, right? So he will be asking from how much days you are getting fever, right? And he will also be asking you to have a blood test reports. He will ask you to have a blood test or something else. So this is what it is called, all about the analyze. Try to find out the reason. Once we have analyzed that, yes, the fever level is what, current performance is what, fever level is this. Why there is a fever? What is the reason? So to know the reason, the doctor also suggests us to advise us to have a test, blood test, right? So replicating the issues detailed in the given problem. The problem number 1 is assembly line worker, including the new hires, learned on the job as how to assemble the input material to produce the final electronic component. This lead to many errors due to the lack of proper standardized training. Therefore, on account of these errors, the entire electronic component has to assembled again. B, problems. Substandard quality of raw material is detected on the inspection only. That is, we could only detect the quality of raw material on the inspection, as inspection only at the assembly line. Inspection lead to 10% rejection of the units. By this time, the defective material is already fitted into the final electronic components. Therefore, to entire component has to be reworked upon to replace the defective raw material inputs. Problem number three. Machines are outdated and are not entirely suitable for the current production methodology. Machines are outdated and are not entirely suitable for the current production methodology. So these are the problems why the company is facing the poor quality. The above factor resulted in the rework on the product and internal failure costs that lead to wastage of the material, resource, and the capacity. The two costs incurred on the focus of the quality cost of inspection, cost of rework. This is what the total cost of rework per year is this. Inspection is 10 lakh and the total cost of resource currently incurred on quality is 41,56,250 rupees. Okay. So the third part also we have done. The fourth part is really, really very important. Okay. Right. So we are going to take up the fourth part. What is that fourth part? The fourth part is about the improve. They've told you the solution. They've also told you the solution to the problem, how to reduce those errors and improve your quality of the product. So this is all about the improvement. While the cost of resources currently incurred for the quality is only 0.83% of the sales, that is this. A detailed analysis brings forth many quality aspects that ASPL needs to be addressed. If its competitors are able to achieve excellence in quality, so must ASPL in order to remain in business. Therefore, following are the proposals that can provide a solution to the problem referred to above. Solution to the problem number 1. Solution to the problem number 1. Periodic training sessions to educate the new hires and update workers in assembly line on the latest techniques in the production. Standardized and informed working will lead to lower errors, thereby improving the product quality. The cost per year will be 5,000 years training. It will be 50 lakh rupees. Solution to the problem number second. Delay in detection of the poor quality input can be resolved by streamlining the workflow. New functions, quality planning and improvement at the beginning of the process helps in early detection without wasting of the resources. Cost per year of introducing this functionality is 1 crore 50 lakh rupees. See the solution to the problem number 3. Replace old machines with the newer ones. Machines upgrade will align the resource with the production requirements. This reduces the chance of errors in the production process. The cost of procurement 3 crore 60 lakhs has a life of 3 years. Therefore, annual depreciation is 1 crore 20 lakhs. D. Consequence of implementing these proposals. What will be the consequences of these proposals? This also has been mentioned in the question. That rework of the product can be entirely eliminated. Sales return will be reduced to 1% due to the better quality of the product. Yearly warranty claim will reduce to the 30 lakhs. These all are the improvements. See, this is my improvement. Right. Fourth, with the introduction of the new facility, time required for inspection and the assembly line would reduce from 2,000 hours to 1,200 hours. Cost of inspection at the assembly line would reduce from 10 lakh per annum to 6 lakh per annum. Fifth, due to better quality, ASPL can build better reputation with the customer, which can further yield additional sales of 5,000 units per year. When a company is capable to achieve the point number 1, 2, 3 milestone, it would have achieved 6 Sigma level operations. The cost of quality report summarizes the above discussion. So we have also prepared a cost of quality report which summarizes the above discussion, which describes the above submission, right? See the cost of quality before, improvements, and after improvements. Before improvements and after improvements, current cost and percentage of sales. Previously, we were not incurring on a training cost. Now we are, after improvement, we will be incurring 50 lakh rupees on training. Quality planning and improvement, that is inspection, which is done at the time of the receipt of raw material. It's 1 crore 50 lakh rupees and a percentage 0.83%, 0.25%. Now, if we do the total of this, will be 2.5 and 0.83. So 3 and 3. It will be 3.33% of the total sales which has been incurred in the prevention, and previously it was 0. Previously it was 0%. Now, if we have incurred this percentage, now you can see previously our inspection cost is 10 lakh. Now it has been reduced to 6 lakh. So you can see that also your inspection cost 0.2% has been reduced to 0.1%. Also your failure cost will also get reduced. Internal failure cost. Previously it was 31 lakh 56,250. It's 0.63%. Now it will be 0. External failure cost, sales return, warranty claims. So it was 0.63, 0.6%, 0. And yes, so the total cost of quality is only 3.43, and your failure cost is 0. Your failure cost is 0. Because you have incurred the cost in your prevention and appraisal cost, so your failure cost has been reduced. If we compare, yes, we do have incurred the more cost than the previously it was total cost of quality of the sales was only 2.06%. Now it has increased to 3.43%. So if we consider this, the cost of quality from the 2.06 of sales, which 1.23% is only the failure cost, external failure cost. Out of 2.06%, 1.23% is the external failure cost. This has impacted on the customer experience and can erode customer base. Yes, this is the reason why the customer base was eroding. By the implementing Six Sigma team proposal, this external failure cost on account of sales return and a warranty cost can completely eliminate. Internal failure cost can also be eliminated. The increase in cost of quality proposed to be made would be a preventive cost to avoid failure of quality. The company should focus on preventing the error such that it ensures that product is of good quality when it reaches the customer at a very first instance. This enhances the customer experience and therefore eliminating the scope for external failures like sales return and warranty claims. Better quality can yield further sales of 5,000 per year. Yes, it has also been said, due to the better quality, can build a better reputation. The customer for which can yield a further additional sales of 5,000 units. We can have more 5,000 unit sales. Our sales will increase, our profitability will increase just by increasing our quality. Therefore, an increase in spend on the quality measures is justified, since it is not only yield significant improvement to quality, but also brings in more sales order. Improvement to the financial positions of the firm is summarized below. And we can see the improvement. What are the improvements? Improvements to the contribution margin. You need to refer the note number one. Note number one, that is sales. There will be, we are expecting that 5,000 sales will increase. So definitely the selling price is 20,000. The variable cost is 12,500. So the contribution is 7,500. So we could be able to earn more 3 crore 75 lakh rupees. And elimination of the good replacements, it will be saved. Elimination of warranty claims, it will be saved. Elimination of rework, this will be saved. Saving in inspection costs, this will be saved. So the total saving is 4 crore 71 lakh 81,250 rupees. An additional cost incurred will be training, 50 lakh rupees. Quality planning and improvement, it's 1 crore 50 lakh rupees. Increase in fixed cost is 1 crore 20 lakh rupees. This is the depreciation, and depreciation 3 crore 60 lakh rupees divided by 3. It will be 1 crore 20 lakh rupees, right? Total additional cost is 3 crore 20 lakh rupees. So the net benefit we have is 1 crore 51 lakh 81,250. So definitely you can see there is incremental good benefit, 1 crore 51 lakh rupees, right? So by increasing the quality, we are able to increase our profit margin as well. Also, the reputation, brand image or reputation is also increased, as well as our contribution, our profit, our benefit is also increased by 1 crore 51 lakh rupees. Now moving to the so Six Sigma team proposal are focused on preventing the errors from occurring. Consequently, quality improves sales and thereby can yield a net benefit of 1 crore 51 lakh per year to the company. Control. Maintain quality at Six Sigma level and keep the production facility updated. Training sessions with a worker can serve as a two-way communication platform to detect other problems that can be resolved in a more timely manner. Input received can also be used to improve the production workflow as well. New function of the quality planning and improvement can help the company be better informed about the latest production methodologies. Updated machines are better equipped to handle changes in the production process. Since they are built with the latest technology, ASPL should do a continuous assessment of the state of its machine and upgrade them when necessary. So this was a control. That means it should be a continuous process. All the three improvements which has been suggested, there should be a proper control on those three. So we have speak about the training sessions. We have speak about the new quality planning and improvements. And definitely we have also speak about the updated machines. So if you have any query regarding the today's session, you can ask. If you do have any kind of query for today's session, not for today's session, for today, this question. Today we still have time, so we can cover up. We will be trying to take up one more question. So do you have any kind of query for this question? Case study number 12. Sir, if we are preparing improvement in financial position statement, then what is the need of preparing a cost of quality report? Okay, that means you are saying that when we have prepared a net benefit statement, why we need to show the cost of quality? See, Namita, there is a requirement. There is no such requirement that you should prepare a cost of quality report. But due because why you were facing the because previously why there your customer was not purchasing or not loyal to you, because you were facing a quality issues. By showing the cost of quality report, you can show that the company is now very serious. It has incurred in a prevention appraisal cost, and that means it has increased its cost of quality to reduce its defective cost, to reduce its external failure cost. That means they've incurred in cost of conformance cost to reduce or to eliminate their cost of non-conformance cost. This is the reason why we have to establish only the relation. When we are analyzing, we have to show this completely. There is also a requirement when we have a type of such information in the question where we can explain these things. Definitely this should be prepared. They should be prepared. इसे किया जाना चाहिए प्रिपेयर नमिता, इसलिए प्रिपेयर किया जाना चाहिए क्योंकि हमने यहाँ पे ऐसे कॉस्ट इनकर किए हैं जिससे कि हमें ये पता चलता है कि हमने कॉस्ट ऑफ क्वालिटी अपनी बढ़ाई है, कॉस्ट ऑफ कंफॉर्मेंस में इन्वेस्ट किया है, जिसके वजह से हमारा कॉस्ट ऑफ नॉन कंफॉर्मेंस पूरी तरह से एलिमिनेट हुआ है. तो ये चीज हमें रिप्रेजेंट करना पड़ेगा, बताना पड़ेगा. ये जो परसेंटेज में आपने कैलकुलेशंस दिखाई है, ये सारी बतानी पड़ेगी. इतना परसेंटेज है हमारा, और अब देखो हमारा एक्सटर्नल फेलियर कॉस्ट कितना है, बिल्कुल जीरो. तो वो एक्सटर्नल फेलियर कॉस्ट कैसे पता चलेगा कि जीरो आया? हाउ यू विल बी शोइंग दैट योर एक्सटर्नल फेलियर कॉस्ट इज जीरो? थ्रू दैट स्टेटमेंट. Anyone else having the question on this? Anyone else having doubt on this question? Case study. So everyone come to the case study number 9. Case study number 9 is the last case study for the today's session. Zen Limited is a leading mobile manufacturing company and sell its mobile phone across the world. So what is the requirement? See, the requirement is, what is, yes, Namita, in exams we need to prepare the both statement. Definitely we'll be required to show the both statement. So you can consider this question as a very specific question, so which is a very lengthy question really. But yes, you can plan as I have told you, when planning your answer, you have to allocate the marks that it will be the first define will be of 2 marks, then it is measure, then analyze, and improvement might be of it could be of 10 marks, or it could be of 7 to 8 marks. So we have to write lot of answer in improvement, then lot of answer in analyze, and define and control was very limited. So that could be of 2 marks each, right? So majority of your marks will be coming from improvement and analysis. Right. So you are working as a finance manager in a Zen. So what we have, what is the CEO referring to when he says minor improvement and explain, list the benefit of such minor improvements? apply the above process to the warranty claim process and explain how the process can be improved, and any other matter which you consider relevant. Right? Okay. So we are going to take up this case study, this question. So then, okay, how many paragraphs? We have one paragraph. Consider this as one, two paragraphs, three, and this is complete 4 paragraphs. Right? Okay. So Zen is a leading mobile manufacturing company, sell its mobile phone across the world in a fast-changing technological environment. Zen has been able to maintain its leadership in a smartphone segment and for the 3rd year in a row now. Though the revenue have grown year on year, the costs have increased at a higher rate in the mobile phones industry as a whole. We have been leader in the revenue. We must lead in a cost reduction front as well. I believe we can achieve this with improvement over time. However, minor they might be. This is what the CEO of Zen has told its director in a recently concluded board meetings. The net profit margin of the company has fallen from 10% in 2019 to 2020, 8%. Okay, so their profit margin is reducing from 10% to 8%, owing to rise in raw material and a repair cost. Another significant rise in the cost was on account of repair of mobiles which are under warranty. There was an increase in the repair cost by 1.5 crores, which represent 1% of the total turnover of the company. The process of the repair replacement of under warranty product is outlined below. 1. The company owns 200 repair centers in various cities in India. The company owns 200 repair centers in various cities in India. Customer whose phones is under warranty are required to replace part visit any of the 200 centers to reposit the faulty mobile. Third, the technician at a service center examines the phones and the service center sends the phones to the centralized repair center at Mumbai. The phones are sent to Mumbai even for the minor repair, which can be done locally if requisite infrastructure is provided to the service centers. That means, for example, consider that XYZ mobile company, for example, Samsung mobile company having a 200 centers across the India service center. Now you own a Samsung mobile, and whenever there is a kind of problem in your mobile phone, you visit to the service center, and what they do for the minor repair also, they send your mobile phone to the Mumbai. Right? This is a centralized place where the minor errors will or minor repair will also be conducted. This could have been done locally. But as per the company policy, they send it. The phones are sent in batches. Each service center creates 3 to 4 batches of the mobile phones in a day. A recent study showed that the batches could be combined into a single batch per day. What they do in a day, they create 3 to 4 batches and then send separately consignments. As per study, all the mobile phones can be send into a single batch per day, that is single consignment, instead of sending 3 to 4 consignments. The phones are repaired in a Mumbai centralized centers and sent back to the respective service centers for handing them back to the customer. The phones which are repaired are sent in a separate batch, and those which are replaced are sent in a separate batch. Okay. You are working as a finance manager. In Zen. The finance director has approached you to understand whether the minor improvement would be useful given the size of the company. The finance director has asked you to examine the process of the warranty repair and replacement and submit a report covering the following aspects. Number 1, what is the CEO referring when he says minor improvement? Explain. That minor improvement is Kaizen costing, right? List the benefits of such minor improvements. What will be the benefits? Apply the process to the warranty claim process and explain how the process can be improved. Any other matter which you consider relevant. So we have to now allocate the marks, right? According to me, it should be again for the 20 marks. So this could be either the 3 marks. This could be of again 3 marks, 3 to 4 marks. It could be 4 marks. This could be of 10 marks, and this could be again 3 to 4 marks, right? So the total should be of 20 marks. Now we know that we have to answer in this priority that what the CEO is referring. It could be either of 2 marks also. It could be also of 2 marks. So let's have for the 3 marks. So this is the second part. This is the third part. And this is the fourth part. Right. And this is all about the first part. So first we have mentioned the issue here, and which is reducing profitability percentage. Applicability of Kaizen costing. Applicability of Kaizen costing. See, Kaizen is a Japanese word which means change for better. In a business parlance, Kaizen is used to refer to small and continuous improvement across all the functions, process, and employees. Kaizen costing is the cost reduction system, and Yoshihiro Moden defines Kaizen costing as the maintenance of present cost level of the product currently being manufactured via systematic efforts to achieve the desired cost level. Toyota production system is considered as a pioneer in a Kaizen costing. We have also gone through with the TPS, that is Toyota production system. When we were doing the chapter number 3, we have discussed what is the TPS system, Toyota production system. Though the model was used for eliminating wastage from production at factory initially, the concept can be applied in any of the process in the business. Since Kaizen is continuous improvement process, a radical change or disruptive innovation is not expected in the Kaizen costing. The following are the key features of Kaizen. The following are the key features of the Kaizen. What are the key features? Let's see. Number 1, Kaizen process focus on eliminating waste in the system and the process of an organization, improving productivity, achieving sustained and continual improvement. Application of a small incremental changes routinely applied and sustained over a long period can lead to significant improvements. It aims to involve worker from multiple functions at a level in the organization. A value chain analysis helps to quickly identify opportunities to eliminate the wastage. Although incremental changes can often be too small to be seen, Kaizen can be very effective in the long run. For example, airline, which identifies 75% of the flyer, would leave the olive from the salad. The airline decided to remove it from its servings. This saves the airline cost $40,000 per year. Another example is where an airline stopped printing its logo in the rubbish bags, as it did not add value, saved over $3 lakh per year. Kaizen, the CEO is referring to the Kaizen costing when he mentioned minor improvement to save the cost over time. Kaizen costing takes into account consideration various costs such as cost of supplies, manufacturing costs, marketing, sales, and distribution. So although this is detailed explanation, but we are only required to answer in a 2 to 3 marks. So you can understand we have to answer as 4 to 5, 5 to 6 lines would be sufficient. That is some three points. That is one what you have told about what the CEO is referring. The CEO is referring about the Kaizen costing. What is the Kaizen costing? You explained this, and how the Kaizen costing. What are the features of Kaizen costing? So you can explain the features. You can explain what is Kaizen costing, and you will be getting the marks for this. Right now, moving to the benefit. The second part. we have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So Kaizen costing reduces the waste in an area such as employees waiting time, transportation, excess inventory, which lead to improved efficiency in overall business process and the system. So definitely what you see, the Kaizen costing is all about reducing the waste in every area. It speaks about the improvement. It speaks about the improvement, how we can achieve the improvement, whether be it very small. So generally it does not focus on a large modification or large changes. It only speaks on a small continuous improvement, right? So that could be achieved in the form of reduced waiting time. Second, company applies Kaizen philosophy can achieve the cost reduction through the small incremental improvements and a cost savings. Kaizen looks at a function, a process at all level of organization and requires participation of all employees, massive as well as open communication system. This participative approach improves the teamwork across the organization. Definitely, we see in a Kaizen costing involvement of each employees at all from all level, and definitely this will improve the teamwork from the across the organization. Then a fourth, product improvement using Kaizen is likely to result in a less number of defective products, leading to customer satisfaction, reduction in warranty related cost. The reduction in the wastage, improved efficiency and cost reduction improves the overall profitability of the company. Then talking about the implementation part, this is really very important for, you can consider it for 10 marks. Directly come to this point. This is really what required. So the currently warranty claim process at Zen involves movement of the mobile from the various service centers across the country to a centralized center in Mumbai. The possible improvement in the claim process is explained below. How? Number one, the company needs to analyze whether it requires 200 on center. Now the company can take a decision. Those centers where the customer footfall is very low, or those centers where we are incurring the loss, we should close down. Those, or we can outsource. So whether it requires to own 200 centers itself across the country, the company can evaluate closing down the centers with the less customer footfall or outsource the one which are not located at the strategic locations. What could be the strategic locations? The strategic locations could be like Delhi, Mumbai, or where we have a good large customer base, or where we are trying to establish our business, or where we want to procure more customers. So that could be outsourced. Even if we are incurring the losses, we cannot close that. We have to do the outsourcing. This would save some cost to the company. Second, the current process requires each service center to send the faulty mobile phone back to the Mumbai for repair or replacement. And this can that is the minor, if there is a minor repair work that can be done locally, and if the company can provide the infrastructure, could provide proper training, or could have certain technician persons who can do this, right? Definitely the company is going to save a lot of cost, because each time the package is prepared, it is sent, that is, there is a transportation cost, then it is sent to Mumbai, then it will be repaired there, and again it will be dispatched through the transportation. So there is also waiting time. The customer has to wait for that period. So definitely if that could be done on the same day, it will delight the customer. We can improve the customer satisfaction through this. So this can be done even in the case of the minor repair, which can be handled locally. The company can provide the necessary infrastructure to the service centers to carry out the minor repair locally. This would save the logistics cost. Logistics cost means that is the movement cost of sending the phones to the Mumbai and back service to the service center. The company should analyze the past data to understand the proportion of the phones which requires minor repairs. Preparing the phones locally would also reduce the turnaround time, and the customer will get back the phone faster. Then the third one is the current process is to send phones in a 3 to 4 batches in a day. The current process is to send the phones in a 3 to 4 batches in a day. This effectively means creating 3 to 4 consignments, documents for dispatch, and incurring extra cost for transportation. Combining the phones in a single batch would reduce the cost of transportation and administrative cost as well. Number 4, the phone can send back from Mumbai in a single batch instead of creating multiple batches to save the transportation cost. The above improvement must be revisited continuously to drive required benefit from the Kaizen process. So this could be the application part. See, this part is what about it speaks about how the implementation of Kaizen costing, what means how can we eliminate the waste. So this is all about just the explanation part, but the main application part is here. Now the fourth part is all about any other matter which you consider relevant. Yes, there are other relevant matters which we should consider. Apart from eliminating the waste in the warranty claim process, we should identify, if we could identify why there is a fault, why there is a customer coming to the service center. That means if we could find the reason of the fault in the mobile phone, that would definitely reduce the customer service center pressure. Definitely, we can save a lot of cost. So the company must also identify the root cause of the increase in the warranty claim in the current year as compared to the previous year. Every phone being sent back for the replacement involves avoidable cost, and we can avoid a lot of cost. The company must also revisit the manufacturing process, quality control process to eliminate the wastage in the production process and improve the quality. Zen can consider producing better quality mobile at the manufacturing process to reduce the warranty claims. The pattern of the warranty claim must be analyzed to understand whether there is a certain common problem related to repair claims. If the issues has some relations with the part used in mobile, the issue can be taken up with the supplier of such parts. So this was the question number 9th, case study number 9th. So if you have any query for the today's session, you can ask. Be it any query regarding the case study, you can ask the case study which we have deal today. So you are supposed to send your queries. You are supposed to send your queries. Okay, Namita, sir, please explain the diagram on page number 11.7. You are speaking about this this diagram. See, this is what about has suggested the 6 broad approaches. He has just speak about this. These are the approaches that could be implemented for preventive management. See, feed forward control is a preventive management, right, Namita? So what they have suggested, these are the approaches. Number 1, indicators, both leading and the early warnings. For the preventive maintenance, we must have some certain indicators like if we know that the prices, there is a dispute going on in some other states and the prices could increase. So these are the early indicators, right? Both leading and early indicators, early warnings. So this approach definitely will work in implementing the preventive management. Then we must have a contingencies plan. What is a contingencies plan? For example, if suddenly there is a strike, suddenly there is a strike in some other state and we have to procure the raw material, we must have certain contingencies plan that either we could procure from some our peer companies, we could some procure from some our sister concerns or some other divisions, other units, so that we can procure the material in order to continue our production. So we must have a contingencies plan from where we can, if the raw material is not received from that state, from where we can purchase the raw material, how the production will be going on, how the customers will be provided the finished goods on the scheduled dates. So we must have a contingencies plan, that is called plan B. This is the plan A. This plan, there should be always a plan B. Trend analysis. Yes, definitely, because we have to assure that what we have the budget in a future and what we want to achieve, there should be proper trends. That means we have to analyze the trend. हमें ट्रेंड को एनालाइज करना पड़ेगा, हर वक्त करते रहना पड़ेगा, जिससे कि हम वो एक्शंस ले सकें, जिससे कि कोई हमारे डेविएशंस आने तो उसे हम रिमूव कर सके. तो ये भी एक प्रिवेंटिव टूल है, राइट. एडेप्टिव मैकेनिज्म मींस see, if there is any kind of technological updations or a change in the material, or we know that the customer demand will change according to what is going on. See, adaptive mechanism, for example, those companies who are producing the electric vehicles or electric scooters, like currently the Ola company has launched the electric scooters. Bajaj is into the electric scooters. TVS has already launched in the 5 cities their electronic scooters. And there are certain other startups which are coming with electric scooters. So definitely those companies like Honda, who's having the this scooty name called Activa, right? This is very famous scooty. But if they are not adaptive to the current what is going on, definitely they will be very at a very loss side. So there should be some adaptive mechanism. Honda is not currently they have started working, they have launched in the China, but they have not currently launched here. See, there will be a very tough fight for these situations. So it has to be very adaptive. It has to respond very quickly, right? Concurrent system design means there should be certain matching system. There should be some matching systems. For example, we have a goal of achieving this production system. So what is the system which support us? Concurrent means how we will be parallel to this system, how we will be parallel to this. So it is called about the concurrent system design. And a policy directives. Definitely policy directives are called as a standard procedures like SOPs, and how the policies are there, how it will be directing, how it will be guiding us. So these are the 6 broad approaches to implement the preventive management control system. So is it clear now, Namita? Namita, is it clear? Salish, sir, there is a CDS material available in a portal which includes skill assessment based questions and case scenarios as well. Will there be any session for that, sir? Salish, currently I don't have any information about this. Definitely the Board of Studies know better about this. So our lecture is going to end day after tomorrow. That is on Friday, that is on 13th August, and it was completely based on the subject, whatever we have on in our syllabus case, all we have to cover up that, right? So you can drop a mail and you can ask the Board of Studies or to the LVC section regarding this query. So do you have any query for today's session? Any query for today's session? Do anyone have queries? So please, you can post your queries, or shall we conclude our session for today's session? Namita, these all are always a preventive approach. That means we never do for what already has occurred, like contingencies plan. What is contingencies plan? Contingencies plan is always to prevent some errors. आप कंटीजेंसीज प्लान क्यों बनाते हो? बात समझो इस चीज को नमिता। आप कंटीजेंसीज प्लान किस लिए बनाओगे? कंटीजेंसीज प्लान हमेशा फ्यूचर के लिए बनाया जाता है कि अगर ऐसा नहीं हुआ तो हमारे पास दूसरा प्लान क्या, हम क्या कर सकते हैं, राइट? ये चीज होती है हमेशा प्रिवेंटिव की। इन अर्ली इंडिकेटर भी आपको समझ में आ गई, अर्ली इंडिकेटर्स एंड अर्ली वार्निंग्स ऑलवेज फॉर प्रिवेंटिव मैनेजमेंट। ट्रेंड एनालिसिस, व्हाई यू आर डूइंग द ट्रेंड एनालिसिस, किस तरह का जो ट्रेंड एनालिसिस है, इसके बेसिस पे हम क्या चाहते हैं कि जो हमारा फ्यूचर है उसे हम कंट्रोल कर सके, उस पे उसे कुछ कंट्रोल कर सके, प्रिवेंटिव मैनेजमेंट कर सके वहां पे। ट्रेंड एनालिसिस। कॉन्ग्रेंट सिस्टम, कॉन्ग्रेंट सिस्टम का मतलब है हम कुछ एक ऐसा सिस्टम एक पैरेलली खड़ा कर सकें जो कि हमें हेल्प करे, जो कि हमें हेल्प करे, ठीक है, हमारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स को मीट करने में। देयर शुड बी अ सपोर्टिंग सिस्टम, देयर शुड बी अ सपोर्टिंग सिस्टम। So these all are why we are doing this. These all are a preventive management system. These all are for a feed forward control system. ये सारे के सारे हमारे feed forward control system के लिए preventive से ही लिंक होते हैं। कुछ भी हमारा past purpose से नहीं किया जा रहा, मतलब error हुआ है उस वजह से नहीं किया जा रहा, ये हमेशा फ्यूचर के लिए किया जा रहा है। मतलब फ्यूचर में जो हम अचीव करना चाहते हैं उसे उसे अचीव कर लें, उसे अचीव कर लें, उसके लिए ये एफर्ट्स लिए जा रहे हैं। इसलिए ये सारे पॉइंट्स है, चाहे वो कंटीजेंसीज प्लान हो, ट्रेंड एनालिसिस हो, कॉन्ग्रेंट सिस्टम डिजाइन हो, पॉलिसी डायरेक्टिव्स हो, या फिर अर्ली लीडिंग एंड अर्ली वार्निंग्स हो। Anyone else? Anyone else having queries from the case studies? I hope so. All clear. All queries are clear. Right. So, sir, how adaptive mechanism helps? It is innovation. So how it can be preventive? It's my pleasure, Salesh. Sir, thank you very much for all these lectures and tips that you have given. Sir, how adaptive mechanism helps helps? It is innovation. So how it can prevent? See, adaptive mechanism like currently नमिता देखो, मैंने जैसे आपको एग्जांपल दिया इलेक्ट्रिक स्कूटर्स का, करंटली अभी कोई इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर नहीं है, बहुत कम कस्टमर्स प्रेफर कर रहे हैं इस तरह के स्कूटर्स को, बट आने वाला फ्यूचर है, बात समझना, आने वाला फ्यूचर है, अगले 2 साल बाद बहुत अच्छा खासा स्कोप होगा इस चीज का। तो वो कंपनीज जो डिले कर रही हैं, वो कंपनीज जो डिले कर रही हैं और यहाँ पे एडेप्ट नहीं कर रही, कुछ उन्होंने ऐसा सिस्टम नहीं बनाया है कि अब जैसे देखो ओला ने बोल दिया 15 अगस्त तक लॉन्च करेंगे, बाकी इसके बाद जो अपना सिंपल एनर्जी है बेंगलुरु बेस्ड कंपनी, उन्होंने बोला कि वो भी 15 अगस्त तक ही लॉन्च करेंगे। टीवीएस ने ऑलरेडी लॉन्च कर रखा है 5 सिटीज में। तो आप समझो कि जब इस तरह का काम चल रहा है और कोई कंपनी अभी भी उन्होंने अडेप्ट नहीं किया, सो दैट मीन्स अभी उन्हें कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ना इस चीज का। इट इज नॉट गोइंग टू हार्म एनीवेयर देयर सेल्स, उनके कोई सेल्स है अभी, उनके कुछ उस पर फर्क नहीं पड़ना। लेकिन अगर उनका एडिक्टिव मैकेनिज्म नहीं होगा तो वो प्रिवेंटिव फंक्शंस कैसे अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं, प्रिवेंटिव मेंटेनेंस मैनेजमेंट कैसे कर सकते हैं, फ्यूचर फीडबैक, फीड फॉरवर्ड क्या है? फीड फॉरवर्ड जो है कि आप फ्यूचर के कुछ रिजल्ट्स को, डिजायर्ड रिजल्ट्स हैं आपके, उसे आप अचीव करना चाहते हो, सेल्स चाहते हो कि अगले 2 साल में मैं इतना मार्जिन, इतना परसेंटेज मार्केट शेयर कैप्चर कर लूं। लेकिन जब आपको पता है कि आपको कोई एडेप्टिव मैकेनिज्म ही नहीं है जो आज करेंटली अभी चल रहा है या फ्यूचर को देखते हुए लोग काम कर रहे हैं, इस तरह का कोई एडेप्टिव मैकेनिज्म ही नहीं है आपका, हाउ यू कैन अचीव योर फीड फॉरवर्ड रिजल्ट्स? Yes, policy directives are policies forms. Generally, it is policy forms. Yes, Namita, it's generally policy forms. So, if you have any more queries, you can ask. Still, we have time so that we can, I can deal with your queries. If anyone have queries, you can post your queries. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. We are concluding today's session, and bye bye, everyone. Good night.